So as you can see, this is kind of a tough love program. That guy in the pink shirt that was the mentor, that's TK from Wasabi Ventures. And I overheard more than one participant give him the nickname of Simon Cowell of American Idol fame during the process. So tough program to go through, and I really do applaud everybody having the courage to put yourself through that and expose yourself to your peers.
Kind of tough love. We also want to make sure to thank the entrepreneurs. Without their wisdom, without their sharing of their talent, and specifically without their willingness to share the truth honestly, openly, and ruthlessly, Pitch Camp would not have been such a success. So we thank the entrepreneurs.
So all 15 folks that participated are here in the audience tonight, along with the 3 finalists. And they've got a unique name tag. It'll say Pitch Camp participant or finalist. Now that they've got their 3-minute pitch, which cramming this all into 3 minutes was quite a challenge, nailed down, I encourage you folks to search them out during the networking event, hear their pitch, ask them how the experience was, how they felt, and give your feedback.
If you wonder how we decided on what order the finalists would be up on the stage in, it's simply alphabetical. So, after 2 sessions of pitches and feedback, we selected 3 finalists that are about to be up on the stage. Those 3 finalists are as follows. Joy Barrett. She is from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Greater Nashua and Greater Salem. The next is Bobby Kessling. He is from City Year of New Hampshire. And the last, but not least, is Margie Wachtel, the Communications Director for Families First Support and Health Center. Okay. We are almost about to invite Joy up on the stage. You know that she will have 3 minutes, and you know you will be placing 1 vote. That's 1 vote for your favorite pitch. Keep in mind the criteria again. That's impact, innovation, and overall presentation. The granted award is $7,500, $5,000, and $2,500. So, are we almost ready?
Let's go.
All right.
No pressure. No pressure, right? Am I on? Oh, good, I am on. Well, here's what I'd like you to do for me. I'd like you all to think about the person who has inspired you and influenced you in your life, maybe help shape who you are and what you've become. Because at Big Brothers Big Sisters, we intentionally place volunteer role models and mentors in the lives of kids who need them. And we do that by matching them with volunteers who we've recruited, we've screened, we've trained, and we coach them. And what we do is we enable them and we empower them to untap their innovative style to make a lasting, long-lasting relationship with a child. And we do that because we know at Big Brothers Big Sisters that long and strong relationships really make the most difference. And I know that because I'm a big sister. I was matched with my little sister who I met in an alternative middle school in Nashua. She was in the 6th grade. And at first we hit it off famously. And then I would meet her at lunch for lunch every Wednesday. And then there was one Wednesday that I arrived, and she just didn't seem to care that I was there. And so I thought maybe something was just going on with her that particular day. And what ended up happening was each week I would arrive, and she would sit at another lunch table, or she would sit at our table and she would turn her chair. And one day when I was leaving, I thought to myself, maybe this isn't going to work out. So as I was getting in my car, I was thinking those things through, and I stopped myself. And I said, you know what? I know that Aisha's really just trying to prove that maybe I'm just another adult who is going to abandon her or disappoint her. So I decided at that very moment to keep showing up. And so I did. So if I fast forward a couple of months, not only did I arrive for lunch one Wednesday, and she wasn't at the lunchroom, she was withdrawn from school from the Nashua public school system. I had to find her. So I went back to my office, and my staff was very innovative, let me tell you, and extremely creative. And we found Aisha in a middle school in Lowell, Massachusetts. And I went there the next Wednesday, and when she walked up to me, she said, "How did you find me?" Of course, we've been fast friends ever since. Matter of fact, last year I had the very pleasure of being at her middle school graduation, where she is the first in her family to graduate from the 8th grade. So I'm going to keep showing up. And what I'm asking you to do for me tonight is to please show up with me. By awarding Big Brothers Big Sisters the highest award, we would be able to match 7 more volunteers, and maybe 7 of you are in the room tonight, with kids like Aisha, so that we can really help them live up to their fullest potential. Thank you so much.
Great job. Now I'd like to introduce Bobby Kessling from City Year.
At the heart of City Year are the young people in the red jackets. We at City Year believe that young people have the power to change the world. As a young person myself, just 9 years ago, I stood in their shoes. My name is Bobby Kessling, and I was graduating from college, and I thought to myself, this sounds like a fun thing to do for a year. And when I joined, my life was changed. I fell in love with the program, with the difference it makes, and with the values that it upholds. 2 of our central values at City Year are excellence and humility. We ask ourselves on a constant basis, how are we making the best impact that we possibly can? Are we? And if we're not, why not, and how can we? And these questions drive us to continuously innovate. We work constantly, year after year, with our school partners, refining the service that we provide to help kids be successful in schools. We make sure that the training for our core members is as good as it can be, and that the service we're providing is excellent. And we have demonstrable, measurable results. 96% of the students we worked with last year in literacy improved their reading scores. And in math, attendance, and behavior, we saw great results as well. But while statistics are great, I wouldn't be standing here right now talking to you if it wasn't for something more important to me, more personal. In my first year at City Year, there was a little girl named Kat, and she was significantly behind her peers. When we started the year, we noticed that Kat was always alone. And we asked her about it, and she said, I don't feel comfortable talking. Well, my team and I banded together, and every day we practiced talking with Kat, took turns. At first, it was not really helpful. We would ask questions and get nothing, silence. And then we would get a little bit more. And then at some point, Kat opened up, and she was having conversations with us and her peers. And I'll never forget it. That year, she sang in the talent show. It was a Kelly Clarkson song. She got up in the microphone, the song started, but a couple lines in, Kat grew quiet and faltered. Within seconds, 2 core members were up on that stage, right beside her, singing along. And core members in the audience, and kids too, were up on their feet, and pretty soon, close to 200 people were swaying and singing along with little Kat. You see, we weren't willing to let her feel alone. We weren't willing to let her fail. We were going to be there right beside her and the rest of the students we served. And over the last 9 years that I've been with City Year, I've seen hundreds of stories of core members and the impact that they have and how they go above and beyond for their students and how their lives are changed in turn. Stories of students finding a strength and resilience within themselves they didn't know existed. So tonight, I ask for your support. We need your help in order to continue to help more students like Kat. But all I'm asking for is 1 hour of your time. Come and visit us. Come hear directly from our school partners about the innovative ways that we're helping students succeed in their schools. Come hear directly from our core members about the way they are having an impact on students' lives every day. I know that if you give us just 1 hour of your time, you will see the difference we're making.
And for the last pitch, we'd like to invite Margie Wachtel to the stage. She will be presenting on behalf of Families First, where she is the communications director. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm Margie Wachtel from Families First, which is the Community Health Center in Portsmouth. And this is Big Blue. Big Blue is part of the only program in New Hampshire that uses vans to deliver health care to people who are homeless at sites like shelters and soup kitchens, and we've been doing this for 10 years. One person who benefited from this program was John Pelletier. John worked as a truck driver for 30 years, and he had health insurance through his job, but the premiums became so expensive that he had to let it go. John had lung disease, and he couldn't afford to see a doctor. He became too sick to work, lost his job, and eventually lost his home. He and his family went to stay at a motel in Hampton Beach, where another resident told him about our mobile health care program. Waiting outside Big Blue for the first time, John felt apprehensive. He told me, "When you don't have health care, you don't know how people will react to you. But Emily changed my whole attitude when she opened the door, smiled, and said, 'What are you doing out there? Come on in.'" What happened next highlights two reasons that this program is so innovative and so successful. First, it pairs mobile outreach, Big Blue, with access to a medical home at a community health center, Families First. And second, we treat the whole person. Medical care is complemented with dental care, substance abuse counseling, social work services, and more. The nurse practitioner who saw John on the van that day was concerned about his condition and sent him to Families First Health Center for more comprehensive testing and evaluation. The physician at the health center also sent him on for more tests at the hospital. And our care coordinator, Emily, helped John get the assistance he needed so that he could afford the hospital tests, to see a pulmonologist, and to get medications. And John also worked with our substance abuse counselor to quit smoking. Today, he says he feels 100% better, and in fact, he believes that this program saved his life. John is one of 700 people who use this program each year, and all of them face significant barriers to getting health care. For many, like John, the big one is cost. For others, it might be mistrust of medical providers, lack of transportation, inability to make health care a priority in their chaotic lives, or feeling uncomfortable in a traditional medical office. Our mobile health program knocks down these barriers. We meet homeless people where they are and provide care at no cost and with no appointment needed. And our staff are experts at building trust. They start by addressing whatever the patient sees as his or her most pressing need that day. It could be something small but troublesome, like a blister. And that often makes people more willing to let our staff help them work on larger issues like reducing their drinking or getting a chronic illness like diabetes or hypertension under control. Big Blue looks beautiful on the outside, but like many of the people who come to her, she's broken on the inside. Mechanics have told us she has a year to live, and that gives all of us 1 year to raise $300,000 to purchase and equip her replacement. If you believe in a healthier community, one where lack of money, insurance, or a home are not barriers to good health, then please contribute to what we at Families First are calling the new Big Blue. Thank you.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Thank you, Margie, and thank you all of you. Wonderful pitches. So we're about to start the voting. Are you ready? It's not going to take too long. And remember,
Tough choice, right?
the criteria: impact, innovation, and overall quality of presentation.
Okay, so we're gonna, yeah, we've got the board up, so go ahead and start voting.
The numbers are rising.
Another 30 seconds. We were told not to let the popcorn burn in terms of like when the voting starts to tail off, you know, when you smell the popcorn burning.
I know
I
there's
think we're there.
Are we? Okay.
Okay, let's close the
6:87.
voting.
Are you ready, everyone?
All right, congratulations.
We have some acknowledgement for our incredible participants, and John is going to allow third, second, and first place to come up on stage.
Okay. So, Bobby Kessling, City Year. Congratulations.
For a bigger picture or go?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and stand over here?
Joy, come on up here. And you're incredible job.
Congratulations. Go ahead.
All right, Margie, congratulations. Come on up. Great job on your pitch. And great job, everyone.
Congratulations. Here, turn around. Well done. Great job, everybody. Thank you.
You gotta love it. Can we have one more round of applause for the people who created that program and the participants? I also want to thank the Entrepreneurs Foundation, but since this is a partnership, and you've been pushing us, and I believe in symmetry in partnerships, I'll simply note that Facebook, in the last 2 years, gave $500 million of stock to the San Francisco Community Foundation. So we wish you well. You know, we've talked about donors, we've talked about our programs, and as important as they are, in the end, this is just about people. The people of the state of New Hampshire and our communities. So now we'll turn to that, and I'll introduce Dick Ober, the CEO and president of the New Hampshire Charitable Foundation, to bring the personal touch to this evening's presentations.